It's the Duffin Up Podcast. What is going on, Duff Daddies and Duff Mamas? It is Thursday, October 13th, and welcome back to another episode of the Duffin Up Podcast. My name is Brendan Monroe, and we are joined tonight by the one, the only, the Irish Chooch himself, Timmy O'Reilly. That's right. We're switching it up, baby. That's usually Mike's entrance, but Mike is not here tonight. So we're putting it on Tim tonight. Timmy O'Reilly is here. Timmy, how are you doing this evening?
Not bad, Brendan. Not bad, Brendan. Nice to be at home for this one. This is, the past couple I've been at work and played around at a nice course in Rhode Island. Definitely want to talk about that upcoming, and played with someone who was very good. Very good. Would like to talk about him for sure. But yeah, I'm ready to do this. And all is good in the world. And Tommy the Tank Engine, get another W. Can't wait to talk about that.
All aboard. Choo. We are officially off the Charlie Hoffman train. We are on the Tom Kim train. That's the way it's just going to be. And our third co-host of the evening, you may know him as the number one Sanjay M fan in the entire world. And he has to watch as the other South Korean golfer, my number one South Korean golfer, continues to dominate on the PGA Tour and continues to dominate in the hearts and the minds of the PGA public and the golfing world. We have Brian O'Reilly on. Brian, how are you doing this evening?
I am doing fantastic. I am proud that I've never identified as the biggest Sanjay M fan, but I am definitely going to be to identify as that going forward. Just in all aspects of my life. I think that's a big part of my identity. I think that is someone who I have become, and I am proud to be a Sanjay Immer. Sanjay Immer, I guess, is what we're gonna go for. So happy to be here. I'm excited for this nice little intimate podcast with the three boys. Mikey is a little busy, and our guest no longer wanted to come. So we're here. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so for everyone listening tonight, we had a guest lined up. Obviously, we shall not name names. They decided not to come. So we're kind of winging this bad boy tonight, and we're going to have a great time. That's all that really matters. Yep. Do a little chicken dance down there, Timbo. Do the little chicken dance. But I will say I'm very, very happy to talk golf with you guys, as always. And Brian, just to give you credit, Sanjay M did a great Gangnam Style after the President's Cup, so he's good in my book. That's all that matters.
So
but he's no Tom Kim.
As a practicing Sanjay Immer, I am going to have to learn that dance because it's part of my faith.
It might be safer to say Brian is the biggest Sanjay M fan in America.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
It's definitely a safer statement to say it that way, because obviously he is an all-star out there, probably he's a rock star out there in Korea. Absolutely.
Oh, 100%. Also, I am still on the lookout because I really want to get one of those CJ hats just to have. And like, if you wear it just once, people are going to be like, who are you wearing that for? And I'm like, the entire nation of South Korea. Every single South Korean golfer is sponsored by the CJ Corporation.
Wow.
You can't find them anywhere?
I think I got to go to like a Korean website or something like that. Like I just tried to find it on like Dick's Sporting Goods and a couple of other places, and I couldn't find it.
No kidding. Well, yeah, Dick's Sporting Goods, I can't imagine.
CJ Logistics here. I'm right here on the website. CJ Logistics. I'll find it. I'll get us one. Man.
We got to get one.
And then Tim, you're gonna have to pick your favorite Korean golfer as well. So we got plenty. We got Si Woo Kim. We have KH Lee, who's wins every time golf is played in the state of Texas. We've got plenty of Korean golfers right now. YE Yang, the OG. You can be YE Yang's number one fan. We just got to pick one.
Does it have to be Korea? Like, can it be? I mean,
just feel like going with the South. Like, we could just all become huge South Korean golf fans.
True. What about the LPGA? Could I be an LPGA Korean golfer fan?
Oh, you can be Jojo. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're better than the men half the time.
That's what I mean. I mean, it's easy to.
MB Park would be great.
MB Park. I mean, come on, that's an easy one.
Jojun Lee 6. I mean, that is still one of the best, like, one of the best stories ever, that there were 5 other Jojun Lees at the golf tournament. So she said they went Jojun Lee 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was like, wow, that's impressive.
Wow. Who's the golfer that wears the CJ hat that starts with a B?
Ben On.
I see some hats with a signature on it.
Wow.
That we could buy. $33. I don't know if this website's legit.
I was about to say, can the signature come off?
Yeah, right. I think you can also buy one without. If it was Sanjay M, give me all my money. Take my money.
I don't know why I feel bad that I forgot to mention I'm going to root for, even though he is on the back 9 of his maybe career and life, KJ Choi. I don't know why
Actually, you know what? KJ Choi might be the OG and not YE Yang. I think
agree.
KJ Choi's the OG.
100%. He always plays well at Augusta. He'll be. I wish he was there.
I know he never won one, so now he doesn't qualify anymore. It's just sad.
I know. He's like a what's his name? He's like a Louis Oosthuizen and just kind of always finishes top sneaky top 10.
Who also probably will not be there this year, because he's just dove down the world rankings points.
Yeah, but as long as he finishes in the top 5 in any majors, he gets it for
next year, right? But he's gonna have to qualify for a lot now with them not getting world rankings points.
Well, didn't he finish? He definitely
has to finish top 50 by December. He has to be in the top 50. I think it's by December 31st. He has to stay within the top 50.
Yeah, but if he finishes in the top 5 of a major in the previous year, doesn't he automatically get a bid?
Yes, that he does for the next year. Yep, that is correct.
So I gotta see.
I don't think he finished in the top 5 this year at the Masters.
No,
because it was Scotty,
right?
Cam,
Yeah.
Rory. Remember Rory with the big backdoor second place?
Yep.
I think Shane Lowry was up there. You want to talk about having an amazing year? Let's look this up.
And I know Morikawa was up there too, because he was in the same last round as. Because remember they did those back-to-back bunker chip-ins.
Boy, am I down a rabbit hole. I'm on Reddit right now, and one of the suggestions there is like like the CJ logo is obviously a custom special hat made just for like the players. But a good suggestion is like they said, try writing to their marketing or PR department. That would be unreal.
We are the largest American. We are the South Korean American. We are the number 1 fans of all South Korean golfers. So yeah. we will be getting a CJ. Oh,
is CJ Logistics on TikTok? That'd be a one.
That would be wow. We gotta look that up. Yeah. Just be like, please let us have some Tom Kim and Sanjay and merchandise. That's all we want.
CJ Logistics, if you're listening, and I know that you are, I am the biggest Sanjay M fan, and I would really, really appreciate it if I could get and rep the CJ hat, a CJ Logistics hat out in the golf course. I will never take it off, and I would love that.
I love this. What a fantastic way to open the podcast. This has been fantastic. I am so happy.
We named the entire top 5 of the Master Tournament.
We did. We missed out on, which, by the way, Sanjay M tied for 8th. So there you go, Bry Guy. Your man made it in the top.
Always Augusta.
Top 10, baby.
He's very good. I mean, he's just a very, very good golfer. He almost won the gold medal. Oh, Very close. That would have been great. But what a fantastic way to start. We went down a nice little rabbit hole of South Korean golfers. And that is because Tom Kim, chugga chugga choo choo, all aboard the Tom Kim train, ladies and gentlemen. His second career win this week at the Shriners out in Summerlin, out at TPC Summerlin in Las Vegas. I know a lot of us didn't watch a lot of the golf because unfortunately for it is football season and most of us, but I will say primetime golf at night, I get into it a little bit. I do get into it. Went to the Patriots game on Sunday, so came back around after pre-tailgating and post-tailgating, got back around 6:30 at night, played with the dog for a little bit, watched some golf. It was unbelievable.
Very cool.
Did you have Monday off?
Yes, I did.
What?
That was a great thing for
What a
having
weekend for you. That's
very great
impeccable.
weekend.
Impeccable. That's fantastic. Yeah, I know. I totally like that. I mean, I did the same, not the same, but I came back and was able to tune in after I played 9 holes late on Sunday, and being able to come back and just flick it on. And I honestly, I certainly, like, I obviously talked to into my remote and was like golf, like trying to watch some golf because I knew it was going on in Vegas and all that, and the fact that I didn't know if it was a replay or like whatever it was, because it was still on. And the fact that it was live, I was real pumped because one of my coworkers, he actually lives in Las Vegas, and his daughter was carrying one of the signs for the groups there. And so just he brought it up to me on Friday saying, are you going to be watching this? Because my daughter's carrying a sign for the scorekeeper sign. And I only tuned in and knew about it because of that, which is kind of funny, just because I know it's kind of after the season, so to speak, I guess. But great finish.
Great finish.
Yeah. Brendan, I'll let you probably have a good big old recap that you want to go through, but just a little teaser. Everybody, it was a great finish.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even really a big recap. It's just, I love everyone who listens to the podcast knows how much I love Tom Kim. The fact that he says in his first interview, he was nicknamed Tom because he loves Thomas the Tank Engine. When he first came over to the US, he ate too much McDonald's and started getting fat. So, as a fellow big man myself, I do love that side. And I will say, South Korean golfers, a lot of them do get a little chunky after their first couple years in the States. Sunjay M's got a bit of a, he's a larger man like myself. Tom Kim's a little bit of a chunky man like myself as well. Siwoo Kim is the skinniest human being I've ever seen in my entire life. So I don't know how he doesn't make it there, but you absolutely gotta love it. Coming off of an incredible President's Cup for him, at least, really kind of stealing the show on that side.
Yeah.
And then Max Homa going out and winning the Fortinet to start the year, and Tom Kim being able to win this tournament. It just shows that, a lot of the stars who were aging out and who have gone on to play at different tours, or who just don't play the fall series, because if we're being completely honest with you, the fall series, it doesn't have kind of the juice that a lot of the other events have. It's great to see that we had so many young players in it. And then we had Patrick Cantlay in it, who was a stalwart. He triple bogeyed the last hole to lose the tournament, though. It was just absolutely brutal from him. He was tied, triple bogey. He was tied with Tom Kim, triple bogeyed. Rough day for him. But it was great to see. It was really nice to be able to see Tom Kim win. And as a big fan of his, I really enjoyed it.
I'm wondering if he's going to be like another young stud that wins a couple majors and dies down, or he's just going to be someone who is in the running, not every week. I mean, it's tough to beat, especially nowadays. Everyone's just so good. There's no like top contender every single week. but I would like to see him at least. I mean, can we guarantee a major victory this year? Probably not. We can't guarantee it, but it's very likely. Very likely. But there's just everyone's so good. I mean, look at the top of the leaderboard, and I have all right. So guys, I got a segment for us since we're off the cuff right now. I got a segment. So if I were to say what is Tom Kim's world ranking, what would you say? You can't look it up.
So now it's probably, after this, I'd probably say it's 25, 30.
Okay.
To start the year, it was like probably 758th.
And Brian, we'll say who's closer on these. We'll do like 10 people. I'm going to throw out their names, and then whoever's closer in there, you get a point, and we'll do 10 of them.
Gotcha.
And you said, what did you say, 25, 30? Is that what you said?
I'll go with 25 because we got to pick one number. 25.
All right. I'm going to go with 30.
And the winner of that one is Brendan. Tom Kim is now 15th in the world.
Dude, that's so annoying because in my head, I was like going to say 15, but then when Brendan said the 700th ranking, I'm so mad. I was like, there's no way he would jump to 15th. I almost said 15. Holy shit. But then you guys would have thought I cheated, but
yeah. So
I'm
with
so
that
mad.
too, you got to remember he finished top 25 at the US Open. He finished top 3 at the Scottish Open. He made the cut at the Open Championship. He won his first event. He made it into the top 50 he made it into the top 50 he made it to the BMW for the FedEx Cup playoffs. Like, he's been having a year.
And Brendan, that's pretty good. I'm impressed with all of the stuff you just rattled off, because that's impressive. And
I told you, like, Brian's got Sanjay M. I've got Tom Kim. Like,
yeah.
We're gonna become we've talked about selling out. Like, we could sell out to Live. We could sell out. Now we could probably sell out to the South Korean Golf Association. Like, we crush it.
Count me in. Yeah, count me in. I did see a tweet about this, and I just had to look it up to remind me that the fun fact about him, obviously, Tiger is always a comparison when you have some young up and coming stars, but Tom Kim is the first player to win twice on the PGA Tour before the age of 21. So
except Tiger Woods.
No, that's what. Yeah, he's that was gonna say. Oh yeah, him and Tiger are the only. Yeah, since Tiger Woods, he's the first one. Yeah, in the year 1996.
Wow, 4 years old.
Yeah, you're showing your age.
1-0. Brendan's in the lead. Here's someone we haven't talked about in a while. Someone who is just now focusing on different parts of his life. His name is Mr. Bryson DeChambeau. Where is he ranked in the world right now?
Do you want to go, or do you want me to go, Bra Guy?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 112.
37th.
Brendan with the victory there. He is ranked 49th in the world.
If he didn't have these, if he did not have the exemptions, like, that would be a huge story going into next year. But because he's got the 5-year exemptions from the 2020 US Open.
Yes.
We don't have to talk about it.
No need.
I gotta go with my gut, because I was gonna say 50th or something.
You would have been much closer.
Yeah, at both times. But I second guess myself because I know nothing about world golf rankings. I haven't been paying attention.
How about our friend Kevin Kisner? Where is Kiz ranked? Just on the President's Cup team. He was a captain's pick, so it's not like he didn't qualify naturally.
Clubhouse guy though.
Big glue guy.
Yeah,
big
number
glue guy.
Number one clubhouse guy.
He's always good. 3-2. He's good for year.
He could be one that's benefiting from him playing a lot while the live guys are not getting points. I'm gonna go 40th.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 41.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna do that. That's not okay. That's fine.
And the winner of that one is Brendan. He is ranked 27th in the world.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Oh
All right.
God, Max
We gotta
Homa
switch-
must be top 10 by now. Max Homa must be 10th.
Let's do that. Max Homa.
10th.
All right.
9th.
Brendan with another victory.
Was he like 11th?
17th.
All right, let's switch prompts because I'm 0 for a lifetime.
Over 4. No more. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beatdown. It's 9 up through 9 holes. We'll call it after.
Dang.
Oh man, these are just interesting. Like Adam Scott, he's 31st in the world. Like he's either someone who I would be like, I would believe if you told me he was 75th in the world, but I'd also if he was like, I don't know, 15th in the world.
Yeah. Again, definitely another guy who has benefited from the live guys not getting the world rankings points for sure.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
guys, I played. I played with someone at Alpine. A guy at work. He took me. He was a member at Alpine. He took me there. Played like donkey dick. But besides that, I played with a guy who shot a 73, and this was like the smoothest 73 I've ever seen. He had the same swing. I could have sworn he was Freddie Couples. The way he swung, the softest little hands you've ever seen. He wasn't bombing the ball. He wasn't impressive. He was just consistent. There was a few times where I'm like, if we had that, in like scrambles, they have that center of the fairway competition with the line down the middle. He would have taken that one home a couple of 2-3 times.
That's nuts.
Yeah, he was lights out. The greens were quick. Great, nice layout. Brian, I know you have a special place in your heart for Alpine, being that's where you played your high school golf on.
That is my high school golf home course, which was unbelievable because if anybody is familiar or if you're not, Alpine Country Club is one of the nicer private courses out there.
I was about to say that's got to be top 5 in Rhode Island.
Yeah,
not easily because you got one in Moisset, you got Newport.
Right. It's like the definitely top 5 attainable private courses. Like there are like some courses that like you barely even hear about because you have to be real wealthy and it's like crazy exclusive.
Oh, that's like Eastward Ho. That's like Eastward Ho out on the Cape. We have no shot. We never will.
Right. Yeah. Alpine is, I'd say it's similar to like Kirkbride in Lincoln, which grew up. It's like the same thing where if you have enough money, it's fairly easy to get into. But yeah, that was my high school course. Got to play 9 there after school every day. When I got cut from the baseball team, best thing to happen to me. So is great. The only exchange that they did was like during the tryouts or like in the middle of tryouts or beginning of tryouts, we had to when the snow finally lifted, we all went out there and picked up sticks for like 2 days, just kind of like walking up and down the tree line and just putting sticks into piles for the grounds crew. So that was kind of the only dues we had to pay, and that wasn't even bad. It was, you get to see the course a little bit better too. No, because that's where I was in the tree lines most of all my shots. So I was doing it for me, picking up all the sticks and giving myself better lies and removing all those loose impediments. But yeah, keep going, Tim. Sorry. Get me all hot and bothered talking about Alpine.
Talking about Alpine. I couldn't get off the tee, but playing with this guy, it was great. And the guy who I work with, the one who invited me, he probably stands 5 foot, I don't know, 5'6", 5'7", I don't know. But he uses every single ounce of his body to swing this club around. Like, not a tall guy in stature, but he's very good off the tee. I mean, he probably hits a 270 and he's only that. I mean, he just swings his hips, explodes them down range. So I told him about the podcast. Maybe they're listening right now. So if they are, hey, howdy ho. But then we were talking about like dream courses, and I asked them a golfer poll question at the table. We had some lunch afterwards, and it was the backyard holes question. And a couple of them said like different obscure holes and courses that we didn't that I couldn't rattle off, but they were like easy answers, Pebble Beach or something like that. But that's interesting. You say like top courses in Rhode Island, Brendan, because we were talking about Shelter Harbor, and I told him that was my dream course to play in Rhode Island. Shelter Harbor. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's down in Charleston.
I thought it was in Westerly, but I was looking at the show. Holy mo! Yeah, no, this is very pretty.
That's what I think of when I say like those are unattainable.
Yeah, this is unobtainable.
I told him.
Yep.
My buddy Joe used to work grounds crew there during the summer college jobs, and he wasn't even that big of a golfer at that time, which is too funny. But he knows the course like the back of his hand, which is awesome. If I ever were to go,
clubhouse. This is the most ridiculous club. Like this is a member-owned private equity club. Yep. Not us, boys. Not us.
So I guess the story is there's a Misquamicut Club or something right down there as well, and it's either one or the other where a bunch of members were unhappy with how they did, so they're just like, you know what, we're gonna leave and we're gonna make this golf course, and we're not gonna let the other guys join. So they kind of just had a split. They opened up their own golf course, and they were just like, we're gonna run it our own way. So it must be the Shelter Harbor because it is immaculate. I don't know if you just look at it on Google Images. Holy smokes! Or Google Maps. Dream course. Brendan, if you
always interesting when because like when we talked about like Catanset, like I had never heard of Catanset, like in Marion when we talked with it about Ryan, and he was like, look it up, and I'm like, this is one of the most beautiful golf courses I've ever seen in my entire life, and it's like, oh, yeah, no shot, no, we'll never play there, there.
Brian wasn't there for that.
Yes, Brian,
look up this club. Look it up on Google Maps. What's it called? The Catanset Club?
Catanset Club. The Catanset Club. It's in Marion, Massachusetts. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's spelled with a K.
Yep.
And then look on the beach.
Yeah, it's like I think it was the sixth hole, the third hole or the sixth hole, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is this what Ryan was saying? That I think Ryan. I remember Ryan saying this.
It's like island green.
Sheesh.
Look at that. An island green, but with just beach around it.
It's the most beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life.
I'm taking off my shoes to go play this hole.
Lord.
How do you get over there?
Oh man.
You walk.
I'd go from bunker to bunker to bunker to bunker. And I'm sure the greens aren't slow. I'm sure they're beyond fast. So even if I get it out and up and on there, I'm putting. I'm actually not putting. Maybe I'll putt out of the sand, but sheesh.
Yeah, but every time you walk in and out of the green.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like you don't rake it. Like the caddies probably rake it.
Yeah,
and they're probably just like, please, please step where you stepped before, because we don't want to have to rake this a bazillion times.
Definitely caddies. You're right.
He'd have a fit if I was going from bunker to bunker up and over. The amount of raking this dude would have to do.
He would give you the rake. He would just give you the rake. He'd be like, no, sir. Like, I'm done.
And he'll probably
pay me enough.
He'll take my club and hit it for me. He'll say, you know what? Switch.
How funny would that be? That'd be unbelievable. Oh my goodness. That'd be great. We did that when I was down. When I first graduated college, we did a trip to Pinehurst, and it was me and my buddy, and we ended up playing 4 courses there, and we had a great time. And on the last day, like we had the same caddies for like 3 straight days. They were awesome guys, super fun, and we just ended up like kind of playing like they ended up playing with us for like 1 or 2 holes where like you clearly could not see from like the clubhouse or anything like that. And so one of the guys takes my left-handed club and hits with it. And he just goes, one of the funniest things I've ever heard. He's like, it's like kissing that hot second cousin of yours. It might feel right it might look good, but something just ain't right about it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, no, that is not the case. Please don't say that.
Don't. Yep. And
lefties are fantastic. Leave us alone.
Wow. I'm still in the Catanset Club here, and they had the one of the Massachusetts Amateur there, and I'm looking at this really cool diagram where it shows where the ball was and what they made, if it's a par or bogey. And obviously a majority of them are in the sand or not on the green, but the ones that are on the green, even ones that are very close, are still only pars.
Wow.
There's not a single birdie that I see here from the 112th Massachusetts Amateur, but yeah, it's crazy to see all these. I don't see just bogeys. They're probably double bogeys too, but anyone on the green, they didn't birdie it. That's insane.
Yeah.
So
They're probably crushing that bogey plus on that stat.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, those greens must be lightning if that's the case. There's not a single birdie. Even this one looks pretty close, but cool diagram.
It must be so windy too, being right on the water.
Oh yeah.
So windy. And the guy I played with, he said he played Fisher's Island, which is another one of those, like, you have to take a ferry to, and it's like not only you have to live on Long Island, but you have to like take a ferry to this island off of Long Island, and just another one of those courses where it's like I'll never get to play there.
No. Oh yeah, dude. This would be like going to Block Island. Oh no, it's so much closer to New York. It's so much closer to Connecticut. Sorry.
Right. So it's
this
like
is legit Block Island. This is like basically Block Island for you guys. It's so much closer than Block Island.
Closer to Block Island?
No, it's closer to Connecticut. I'm saying it's like closer to Connecticut. It's closer to Stonington, Connecticut.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It is right off Stonington.
Wow.
And then just all these courses, like all these courses, they don't play PGA Tour events at, but you hear about, like, you know, you can only hope to play there. Like what kind of people are members of these? Like, are these like finance people who are just like good at trading stockbrokers who fly there just to play around the golf and fly back?
I wish I knew, man. Like there's I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Great Horse out in Hamden, Massachusetts. Like that's supposed to be a beautiful course and like one of the up and coming, and it's just like Jesus, like the amount of like money that it costs to be out there, and it's right outside Springfield, so it's just like it's a very far drive for us. But I've always wanted to play there. You know, there's some pretty damn impressive golf courses like around Massachusetts that we will just never eat. I mean, like I said before, Eastward Ho is by far and away up there. Any ones that you look at, I think it's Old Sandwich a private, or is that a public?
I think it's private. And actually, I'm not sure. Brian might have played it.
Very private. Nope. Just looked it up. Private golf course. Yep. Members only golf club. Oh, this thing is beautiful.
I think that's a top 100 course.
It is. I'm
going to look up top 100 courses.
I have been fortunate enough to play the past 2 years at New Seabury down there near the Cape, and that's very, very private. I mean, it's very private because I actually don't know how hard it is to get in, but it's very expensive. Like I think even just at the minimum of like even just a junior membership, initiation fee is like $7,000 just for like a junior membership kind of thing. So it's FU money. But I've been able to, because my buddy Sean, he has a connection there, and so we're able to get out there for a nice low price of $125, which is still discounted for a 9 as a guest, but it is it's one of my favorite courses that I played. What's that?
That was for 9?
No, 18 in the car. Yeah, but
$125 a 9 would be tough.
Yeah,
it'd be very tough.
Yeah, it's beautiful right on the water. There's two 18s there. So take your pick. But that's
I will say, like for us at least, like Harbortown is $375 if you're not an island resident, and then if you are an island resident, it's $175. So like it is so. I love when they do that. Like I think I've told you guys about like how I think San Diego County does it perfectly out in California, where every public golf course is $50. And then if you're not a San Diego County resident, Torrey Pines is $350. 100% okay with that, because that's growing your local game, and then having both of those beautiful courses.
And is
Harding
it
Park is the same way, but now it's a TPC, so I think it's actually different. Because TPC Harding Park was not always a TPC, and now it is.
Oh,
Is
was a-
Hilton Head like hard to get a tea time? I know it's like, does it book up quick, or because I mean I'm definitely down. Like it's one of those things where like if you're playing a nice course like that, I mean we play Granite Links and it's $150 minimum, and
185 this summer. It's
Oh,
going to
wow.
go up to like 220 next year because of inflation.
yeah,
I mean, nuts.
it is a bummer to spend all that money and not even come close to breaking 90, but it's definitely worth it. It's one of those things. It's especially somewhere like Hilton Head where it's or Harbor Town. I mean, it's just the memories there, and it's beautiful out. Take my money as well. I think that makes sense because like it's hard to justify that at a non PGA Tour event course. Sometimes it has to be like immaculate and the perfect thing, but that I think, yeah, take my money. I'm all in.
Yeah, anything over 150. I think like that's like anything over 150. I feel like I want that level. You know what I mean? I want it to be like I can
Right.
Under 150. I'm like it's nice. I feel like if it's under 100, I'm like, I mean, under 100, it should still be a nice, really good course. But it's just like half the time you don't even know. Then if it's under $50 for 18, I know like okay, this can either go very well or very poorly.
Right.
I agree.
Now, Brian, there's something in Sleepy Hollow over in New York.
New York.
Now where Midori's family, your girlfriend's family lives.
Yep.
Wonder if they could get us like a discounted if they have like a like a resident rate, because obviously like Bethpage, that's like it's a technically municipal course, which Brian McHugh definitely invited us to come down. Would love to do that with him. He could get us the resident rate of like $70 or something like that. Like something ridiculous. Like another one.
Oh,
Brian,
it's a public. It doesn't even have a resident rate. It's just a public course. Like it's just flat. Yeah, it's just flat fee.
Take my money. Imagine that. Bethpage Black. I mean, if we don't end up playing Bethpage Black in our lifetime, that's just a miss because that's so close. That's just one of those bucket list things. Got to sleep in the car.
Yep. I was on a work trip and we were in Farmingdale. Like the offices were in Farmingdale. And I was like, do I stay an extra day and do the camping out and go play it? And I was like, I got a coworker with me, so I can't. But I was like so close to doing it. I was so close.
That's really cool. That's tough. You should have tried to make a business event out of it.
I know, right? That would have been kind of sick. Although I don't think the people
Trying to close some deals.
Yeah.
Also very funny right now. I know with the Zozo being in Japan, it's actually going on right now. If you turn the Golf Channel on, I think it's on.
Here we go. Because they are 13 hours ahead of us, I believe.
12 hours or 13 hours. Yeah. I know when I go to India later in the year, I think it's 10. I think China's 12. Yeah. So it would make sense if Japan's 13.
Yeah. I know we have an office in Singapore. They're exactly 12. So I think they're just a little bit, which is so great for my mental calculations. It's like, thank God it's exactly 12 hours.
You just go AM to P. Yeah. You
Right.
just switch the AM to the PM.
Right.
You're good.
Exactly.
AM to the PM.
Boom.
Oh man, that's so funny.
So I was thinking about this, like this type of question where it's kind of like a golfer poll question type of thing, but it revolves around one of the most hated, most controversial topics in the golf world for no reason except the fact that it's more of a novelty thing now. So would you rather, you have two options, and you have to choose one. It may not be as drastic of a question as I think in my head, but I think I'd be devastated either way. But would you rather have to use iron covers for the rest of your life, or never play like your dream course, even though it's easy and it's for free to play your dream course? Like, would you rather play iron covers or never play your dream course?
So you're saying like if we get to play our dream course
for free and whenever you want. They're like just like
basically
once, but like you can take
play
your
that.
pick when you want to.
If we play that, we have to, for the rest of our lives, wear iron covers.
Yeah. So if you say like, yeah, exactly. Like, so yeah, if you take the course, you don't have to wear iron covers. And if you take the iron covers, you'll never be able to play your dream course.
So if I have on iron covers, I can never play St. Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna unfortunately just have to be the butt of the joke. I think I'm just yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Because you got to play. I mean, like, here's the thing, and I feel like dream courses change all the time too. Because
Right.
like, I know. Shout out our boy John. Shout out our boy John Panone. He had a golf trip out in Sand Valley, and every time I saw like all of his videos and his pictures, I was like, oh my god, like I want to go play there. Like, there's all of the I would love to go play. Cabot Links and Cabot Cliffs up in like
Right.
Nova Scotia. I think that is 100% on my bucket list. Me and my buddy have been talking about that for years to go
Mhm.
play there. It's just the golf season in Nova Scotia is like 4 months, and like it's brutal the pricing within those 4 months because they got to make all their money.
Right. And that's that's a good point. Like,
And they're in
obviously,
the middle of nowhere, and they're literally on Cape Breton Island in Nova Scotia in the middle of nowhere.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like, I guess, yeah, you free because your dream courses change all the time, but just picture like the one that you really want right now, and never being able to play it. Or I guess the other little thing would be, or you'll never be able to go and watch a tournament at Augusta, or a dream course that you want to watch a PGA Tour event, a big major played at, kind of thing.
Watching is a little different, but I still think I'd take the iron covers because, like, if it's go to the Masters or wear and have iron covers, I think honestly you can tell it as a story too. Like,
Yeah. Be like,
why
it
do you have iron
was this,
covers?
or
I want to bet.
it was this, or I'm not able to play here at St. Andrews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to bet. I got to go to the Masters and they gave me free tickets, and I just have to put iron covers on my irons. Cool.
All right. New one. Switch off of that. Would you rather have to wear? Would you rather have to use iron covers for the rest of your life, or wear transition lenses for your glasses?
Well, I don't have glasses, so I'm good.
Nope. You gotta wear transition lenses.
Oh, I'm wearing transition lenses then. I'll be that guy. I'll be that. That's so funny. Remember how cool they were when they first came out in the early 2000s?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be that guy.
Yeah,
I'm
kids coming in from recess and they got the shades on.
It takes 20 minutes. It takes 20 minutes to go back to regular glasses.
Yeah, they can't see the
Oh.
whiteboard for like the first 20 minutes of class, and they're sweating because it's always the
Oh.
kids with the transition lenses that are sweating.
Oh, I had a boss too who had transition lens. Who I did not like this boss, and boy, do I hate them even more after that. That's a tough question. Now, could they be any frame? Like, can I make them like?
Oh, the worst of the worst, and the worst of the worst head covers as well. They can't be like cool iron covers if they exist.
I don't think those exist.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
Like the skin, like not
guess-
any bigger than this. Yeah, like.
The transition lenses option is so hilarious that I would pick the head covers just because I again have an explanation. Like, it was either these or I had to wear a transition lens.
Yeah,
People-
because on and off the golf course, I guess technically,
Right.
because the head covers is only an issue on the course.
Right.
But I think they give off transition lenses and head covers give off the same vibe and energy. It's like the same energy as well. We're just unfortunate now. I mean, yeah, Brendan, you're right. They were cool back in the day when the technology came out, but that slowly or quickly actually died off.
Very quickly.
And shout out to any of our listeners that wear transition lenses. No hard feelings, but just these three amigos here are not for them.
No hard feelings, but your glasses stink.
Yeah.
Imagine head covers. Like, I barely put my driver head cover back on. Like, after.
Oh no. When I'm in a cart, so like when we're like walking or like I'm pushing or got the push cart out, put it back on every time.
Right.
If I'm in the cart, all of my head covers go right into the basket And I know people vehemently disagree with that, but I don't care. It's easier.
No, imagine doing that with irons. You have to
Yeah,
take them.
because like I'm like it's both cleaning your club. I always clean my club right after I hit or right before, and that process is tedious to begin with, just shaving that off. So that's a 2-step process. Forget it.
Brutal.
Forget.
Hard disagree with all of you people saying I need to put my driver cover back on every time I hit it. I will not, even though it's a cool little lighthouse. I will not. Sometimes I will. Anyways,
I can't take credit for this next question, which I guess could be considered a golfer poll question, but I'm not taking credit. I heard this somewhere else. Do you think if you were playing in the Master tournament, as you are right now, as good of a golfer or as bad of a golfer as we are right now, if they gave you the ball 50 yards out on every hole, do you think you could win the Masters?
No.
I don't.
No,
think
I can't putt. So
I
no.
don't
Yeah, it's just because the greens. Like if the greens were easier, I got a shot.
Right.
But
and
it
you're
has to be a
saying
great day.
that's our second shot basically, and then like for
No,
the
it's
par
first.
fours,
You're teeing off from 50 yards.
maybe. I don't know.
I say no.
Possibly.
I don't think I could.
I don't think
But
so.
that's like the same thing when people are like, could a 3, which I wanted to talk to Ryan about because he was like, could a 3-man scramble win the US Open? And I'm always like, no, you can't, because they're going to have the yips 24/7.
A combination of the two, I think we could do it. If we did a 3-man scramble from 50 yards out.
Yes, that is it.
I like our chances there, but
or we get the air cannon on every hole.
Well, that's the thing is like on par threes, you're 50 yards out and they're only like 100, a little bit over 100 yards out, I guess, depending on the hole. But
they're usually between
still
150 to 190, I think, for those.
I mean, they're on in one, and 50 yards. I may not be on in one.
It's right. Right. And 50 is like an awkward range where you're not taking a full swing. You're not chipping. You're not pitching. You're taking that half swing, that little awkward. I'm saying no. And then 3-putting every green at minimum.
And I'll be freaking out so much. I'm forgetting where Rays Creek is, and I'm not gonna be able to base my putt lines off of where
the one time I will get backspin on my wedge, I will go right. It will be hole 13, and we'll just go right back in. We'll just go right down that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good question. I know.
I've got one, and it's not really like personal, but it is. I've always wanted to talk to like some of our guests, but I don't want to be like weird about it too. Cause my thing is, what do you guys find the most annoying part of golf social media?
What do I find the most annoying part of golf social media? Meaning like TikTok?
Any of it. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, anything. If you want, I can go first just to give an example.
Okay.
Mine it's the videos that say use this one thing to fix your slice and it will fix your slice. And I'm like, no, it won't. No, it will not. It may help me, but there's no one cure to fix any part of your golf swing. You need to go see a certified professional to fix your golf swing. You need to take 3 months of lessons to fix a golf swing at the minimum.
Right.
And it has to be the same golf professional, because you can go to 3 different and they'll try tweaking your swing a certain way every time. I feel like you need to stay with the same one.
Think about what happened when Tiger went from Butch Harmon to Hank Haney, and he screwed up his swing, and it took him years to get back. Years. Like, stop saying one thing to fix everyone's. Stop that. I don't want to see it. I know I'm gonna see a ton of videos on it. You can get. I like when people give tips, when people give because there are definitely people who are great about giving tips and everything like that, but do not say that you can help lower scores. Do not say that you can fix a slice. Do not say, also don't say that you know better, that because there are a lot of like certified professionals on TikTok, especially. And like, even I don't like a lot of their stuff because it's like, you're doing like a lot of it is that same thing of like, oh, I'll fix your slice. It's like, no, you won't. But like, don't say you know better than professionals or certified, instructors. Like, let's just be better on that side.
All right. No, I was thinking this along the same lines, meaning like someone calling someone, being negative about someone's game, being like, you suck. Or this person sucks, or there's no way you're this handicap or something like that. Because for anyone to comment on golf, I'm guessing you've played golf before and knows that golf is just plain hard. I mean, golf one day you can go and you can shoot a best round of your life, and then games you can go and you can, I mean, look at my swing. My swing is like, if someone were to get a crack at correcting my swing, they'd have a field day, because I touch in my backswing, I touch, the bottom of my feet with the club. And that's just like a big no-no. And not that everyone's ever said anything besides like, oh, you have a John Daly swing, but that's just like, it's just how we get around, like everyone's got their quirks and their ticks, and golf's just fun. Golf should be fun, and just be encouraging to people, because we're all out there hitting a little white ball, and it's a fun game. It's a fun game if you get out there and enjoy the walk, or enjoy the cart ride.
I agree. It's there's no perfect recipe, no solution to the perfect golf swing, perfect golf game. There's so many different factors, and everybody has different swings, different body builds, different, all that. And it's kind of a combination of the two. Is I don't, it's more of a me thing than anything, but there's so many people out there giving out tips and strategies of how to hit a flop shot, how to hit out of a bunker, that my own personal problem is I got so many different types of tips and tricks going on in my head, and I'm trying them out at different times, that it definitely causes me an issue. I need to read from one book. I need to hear from one PGA Tour professional or one instructor to give me one way to do it, and block out all the other fun facts or tips and tricks, because there's so many things going on in my head. But that's partially my issue, is that I don't practice enough. If I have time to play golf or to practice, I'd rather just be out on the course and playing. And so when I'm out on the course and playing, that's when these things are going through my head, as opposed to practicing this at a range or a short game area prior to game time. So that's just a me thing. I think that's most annoying for me, is just everyone thinks that they have the right solution, the perfect way, but it's just not the case. So
I was thinking the same thing with the practicing. We're not practicing.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, where do you find the time? It's you got to be a single bachelor with no wife and kids, no anything, or no job. You got to be a PGA Tour professional in order to be able to find the time to do that.
I was just about to say, the single bachelor part, I understand that side, but everything else,
right? Yeah,
on there.
Yeah, you gotta quit your 9 to 5, Bren, too.
I know, right? Seriously,
really free up your schedule.
Gotta go. Duffin Up LLC, full sprint.
Yeah. LLC. Here we go.
Oh God, imagine that. I'd lose so much money I'd be homeless.
It's all right.
But no, I think honestly, also, I think some of the best times to give tips is like when you're playing with someone and you see something there, and like they ask for advice. Like unsolicited golf advice is some of the worst shit in the world too. Like, I know I'm playing bad, leave me alone. Like, I'll figure it out after. But
range, just walks up behind you. Imagine. They're just staring to look at you like, hey, I noticed
You know, your attack angle right now from your driver is 3.4%. You know, it really should be 3.9%. All right, dude, shut the fuck up. I don't know what that means.
Well, on the opposite end of that, solicited advice, when someone asked me for solicited advice, like I was just playing I played with Mike's brother Chris and Paul Salvaggio, and we were out there playing. Paul just started out like a year ago, and he was asking me for advice on punch shots, and I was very happy to give him how I do it, and I don't know if how I do it is correct or the way he should be doing it. Like, so a punch shot, well, what I do, obviously, I think it's proper is putting it in the front of my foot and really hooding my 5-iron to punch it under the trees, and that's obviously tough to teach. I only am good at it because I'm always in the trees and having to punch out, but it's hard for me to try to really vocalize my technique and how I do something and teach somebody else to do it. But it's also like, it also is probably could be unconventional in other ways, and other different types of shots. It could be different, but it works for me. So it's kind of like the other way. It's tough. Even when people are asking for tips or want me to teach them, I don't necessarily feel comfortable because I'm like, my swing's a homemade swing. I'm not. Yeah. I think if you want to actually get good at the sport, it took me a while to get to where I am today, and I'm still not that great. But if you want to get good faster, or you want to see results, go see a licensed PGA Tour or PGA professional, or just someone better than me that actually has a good swing or approaches the game in a somewhat conventional way.
Isn't it really? Go ahead, Tim. Sorry.
Because people who are just starting out playing golf, they know I play golf. And they're sort of like, you got to teach me how to play golf. And I'm like, if you only knew at how low I still am on that totem pole in the hierarchy of good golf or golfing level, then I have no advice to give you. Like you're absolutely right.
I mean, to them, you're God. Like, they see you hit the ball, just, you're not topping the ball every time you hit off the tee, and they just think you're God. They're just kind of like, wow, that you're really good at golf. And I'm like, I am not good at golf.
We're really not. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm obsessed with it. It's what I do. I play multiple times a week, and like, if you're like, oh, you're a big golfer, you should come out with us. And like, I'm definitely in, but I'm also like, shit. Like, I need to dial it in. Right. You're gonna be sorely disappointed.
Right. It's like weekend, like
disappointed.
When I played at people at Alpine, like, they just knew I played golf. They're like, oh, you must be good. And I go out and I shoot a 99, and like, I got a guy who's Yukon golfer shooting a 70, 73. The other guy like had a bad front nine, like a terrible front nine, still shot like an 85. And like, I just felt, I was like, huh, like, I'm embarrassed. I didn't show him my best thing, but you're right. Like, it was a fun time, but you're right. Like, that's I don't know what I'm saying, but.
And then again, flip-flopping it too. The people that it's always like they talk a big game. And they're like, oh, I usually play better. I'm never this bad. It's kind of like, you probably weren't that great to begin with.
Right.
Yeah. And I feel like that was my biggest thing too. Like, I used to think I was a lot better than I am. Now I'm just out. Once we started enjoying the walk, now we're good. Now it's the best part of golf. The best part of golf is just being out there.
I don't know if you can see that.
That's the enjoy the walk.
Oh yeah.
I know. I got to reach out to those guys. I would love to do like a co-podcast with them, like we did with Save Par and we're working on a couple of others too. That'd be fun. They had our Superfan Sprint boys on too, who just started a pod. Shout out to them as well.
Did they?
Yep, they did. They got a couple episodes. They're going like 20, 30 minutes. It's good. I like it so far. It's cool. It's cool to hear from them.
Oh, I'll have to pop in on. I didn't know they had one.
Are they on the move? Like, are they
2024.
Yikes. I don't even know. I don't even know where I'm gonna be in that time.
I know.
We may all be in a nuclear bunker by then, for Christ's sakes, with the way
we'll
the world's going. Maybe we'll be in a van too. Who knows?
Drag racing them to the tournament.
How funny would that be? That'd be epic.
Why not us?
Oh, I will say though, one thing that I'm very excited for. And I reached out via Instagram to the owner as well as via the email. 5-Iron Golf is coming to Boston.
I saw that. I saw that.
So I think I'm gonna do the founding membership. I think I'm gonna do that. It looks sick. I think
What's
I'm gonna
that?
do it.
What's that? What'll that run you, and what does that include?
So I think it's like $150 a month. So it's usually like 300. I think they do half for like the first couple months. I have the email from the guy. You get to store your bag. You get to store your clubs there, which is kind of big, especially for the winter.
Yeah.
Um,
And can you go monthly? Because I feel like the winter months, it's a no-brainer to 150 each month.
yeah, you can go monthly. Yep.
They're gonna see a huge uptick and then decrease when the weather gets cold.
I know, right?
But
I feel bad on that side.
So it's coming to Boston?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
they put a putt shack. They're finishing up putt shack, I think, too, in Boston, which will be kind of cool.
yeah, the putt shack looks cool. I know they keep pushing. It was supposed to be summer this year.
Yeah, but why would you want to open an indoor mini golf in the summer in Boston when literally people just want to be outside because we go inside so quick again?
Yeah, it's so true. So yeah, it's probably not that they probably didn't do it strategically, but it's probably good for them.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll have to if we end up doing that, we definitely got to do an event there with the boys. So that would be pretty sick. We got to get Mike up to. Ooh, we may have to kidnap him.
Yeah, Jimmy. We'll call Jimmy in.
We'll call it a bullpen.
Yeah, I love it.
If you couldn't tell, I know we can only see one at a time now the way we do it, but both Jimmy and I at the same time went and called it the bullpen. It was unreal.
Unreal. Yeah, Jimmy would have been here, Michael. And Michael doesn't even listen. You know that.
Oh, man. He would have.
Shout
out, Jimmy.
Playoff baseball going on right now, boys.
I know playoff. This is October is can we all agree October is by far and away the best sports month in America?
Yeah,
because
March is close.
March is close just because of NCAA basketball, because of that. But NFL, college football, MLB playoffs, and then the NBA and NHL are starting up this week. The Bruins just won, so that's kind of sick. But unbelievable sporting events going on. Go sports!
Yeah,
go sports!
Who we got? Who you guys got for winning the World Series this year?
Well, I put $5 down on the Red Sox way back in April. That didn't go that well.
No. Luckily, it was only $5.
What a sad season.
Oh, I'd love the Braves to go back to back.
That'd be sick.
That'd be pretty cool. Can't root against the Dodgers. Tough to do that, but would love to see San Diego. They're up right now, 3-2. Would love San Diego to get there.
Obviously, anyone but the Yankees. But
that's the correct answer. That's the correct.
The issue is it's the Yankees and the Astros are like the two teams that I don't want to win, and at least one of them is most likely going to come out of the American League.
Yeah. What about you, Bri? Who do you think?
I did put in for I wanted the Braves for a good old repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you did that at the beginning?
I did it at the beginning. We did my friend group, we did put like $10 down. We just did a bracket challenge kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's that bracket challenge. I think it's ESPN that we all just filled out a bracket. And I haven't been keeping up to date on it. Honestly, that's like October's great, but it's tough when your team's not in it. I just haven't really been following it all. Looking forward to college basketball starting up pretty soon, and the Pats is a good win. Patriots winning last Sunday, so it was all because Brendan was there, sitting next to the guy that was shirtless at the game.
I'm telling you, I got sunburned. I got burnt to a crisp at the game. It was supposed to be highs of like 59 and ended up being like 68. So like all of us are wearing like long sleeves, like we're sweating. The sun is crazy. It was nuts, man. It was so much fun though. We had a great time. But yeah, I got absolutely hooked in the parking lot and in the game because I didn't wear sunscreen. So That was on me.
There we go.
Whoopsies.
I think you meant cooked. Like you got cooked in the tailgate.
I meant like cooked as in like my skin actually got cooked, not like cooked as in like drunk.
That'd have been awesome.
Yeah.
Double meaning.
Double
Yeah,
cooked.
we can't. I will neither confirm nor deny about the other one. Oh man! All right, boys. Well, it's a fun little pod. I like some of these pods. These are great.
Yeah, I like this. Just a nice little chat. That's it.
We do have to do our pod where all four of us sit in my basement and watch Tin Cup and just commentate while Brian watches it for the first time. So that will be coming up sooner or later.
Down
Yeah.
to get very cooked and do that.
I love good cooking.
Oh man, that's
I got-
hilarious.
I got an
All right,
apron.
boys. Well, what a pod tonight. Fantastic. Thank you guys. I appreciate this. Hopefully the listeners appreciate our nice once in a while. I will say this is very true. This was 100% off the cuff because our like we said before, we did have a guest lined up and they didn't show up. So we just hit record and we went.
Yeah, raw dogging.
Oh. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So
Me too,
as always, everyone, head on over to the social medias, give us a follow, make sure to like, subscribe, rate the podcast, give us a 5-star. If you want to give us a 1-star, don't rate the podcast. But if you want to give us a 5-star, rate that thing on
Give a good tweet.
all of your favorite social media platforms, baby.
That's
I'm
right.
balling. All right,
Really
boys.
good.
Great time. Get
It's
out
been
there.
great.
Let's stuff it up.
Play better, would you?
I would love to.
I can start making TikToks again.
Yeah.
I got a good one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Chooch Golf's been off the radar for a while here. When's the comeback coming?
Yeah, I'm coming. I got a good one ready to go back to the back pocket.
Hell yeah.